up, dude. Limbering up.
Don't do that. Be careful.
Boom! What's up, squad? We're back. I know it's been a really long time, but I have exciting news. I contacted Maxton Designs about 3 months ago and said that I was interested in their products and that I do videos and photos and all this stuff. They were excited and they wanted to get on board, and so they decided to send me out their R32 kit. Really stoked about that. Huge shout out to Maxton Designs for this opportunity. Like, they don't have to do this kind of stuff, so I was blown away that they wanted to work with me in the first place. So if you're from Maxton Designs and you're watching this, seriously, huge thank you. This video is obviously not possible without you. That being said, this will be a pretty quick install. It's not too difficult. It's just like drilling a bunch of holes, and all the hardware is actually the same. So, I mean, this should be pretty easy. Just really stoked that a company as cool as Maxton Designs, you know, wanted to work with us. So, you know, that being said, let's get started and start taking the front bumper off and start drilling holes in my bumpers. All right, dude, so we, wait, where'd you get these handy clamps from? This is Harbor Freight Special?
Harbor Freight, probably like, I don't know, probably like 80 cents.
These little clamps make installing lips awesome. We used it for another lip kit install, and it makes it way easier when you're like drilling holes and stuff. So we did this just to get it mocked up. But right now, we're trying to find a way to run the rain trays along with the lip, because splash shields, because it's looking like I am going to be driving my car this winter, and I want to have fender liners. I want to have fender liners and the engine
Side shields.
under tray engine shields. Like, I want all the plastic bits on underneath, so this would be so much easier if you didn't want to do that. Not saying it's going to be hard anyways, but essentially pulled off all the speed nuts from inside the bumper, and they're usually right here. So what we're gonna do is take a paint pen, and we got it the lip where we want with our little clamps. And we're gonna take this, we're gonna take the paint pen and mark all the little holes we're gonna drill, pre-drill them, and then sandwich all this stuff together using that hardware I got. So these have seen better days, but these are hard to come by. So if I ever come across another set, I'll pick one up. But so that's what's going on. As of right now, though, it looks super nice. The fit and finish, like, it lines up with the curves of the bumper really well. I'll show you guys what I mean in a little bit. Ooh, Brian, coming in clutch with the light. I'm glad I went with textured black to give a little contrast against the gloss black.
Hey, did you tell the squad what happened today? You tell squad?
Brian sold his R32. He's no longer gang. Yeah, so that's what's going down. I'm gonna keep cranking away at this. I think I'm gonna mark some dots and stuff, and then start drilling. Alright, so we marked these holes with the paint pen using the original holes that are on the bumper and stuff, and then drilled these out the 6mm, maybe a little bit bigger than a 6mm bit. So quarter inch drill bit. You guys can kind of see we're going to slip this in underneath the lip and then put the bolts all the way through it. Alright, it's on. See how they have like this little edge, little curve, little lines up? It's kind of a nice touch. And then, you can't really see it, but this edge right here, lines up perfectly with the edge on the inside. So, not that hard to run these plastic trays, so now I'll be able to run fender liners and stuff in the winter and keep my engine bay nice and clean. So,
I'm gonna add more hardware right in that area.
Oh yeah, I ran out of bolts. I'm gonna add a couple more through here, but I'm just gonna drill all the way through the underside, through all 3 layers, because these holes wasn't really in an ideal spot, the ones where I marked, so I'm just gonna drill through the meat of it. That way it's not close to this edge and crack it or whatever. I guess we can just mount this up already. Bang! I think it looks good. Follows the form of the car really nicely. The logo's kind of a nice touch, but other than that, I kind of feel like it looks OEM plus. That's why I went with textured black. I wanted it to kind of look like almost like a Votex option. Yeah, I don't know, it fits good. We lined up the back edges. We lined up the back edges with the bumper. That doesn't really stick out too much. Just so you can kind of get a profile. I really think it looks good. It looks exactly how I thought it would. So yeah, now on to the side skirt, which is honestly the most exciting part. It's a full skirt. It's a full skirt extension. I think it's gonna look sick. Let's get it mocked up. All right, guys. So got these sides mounted up. This is my favorite part about the kit. So this is kind of how much they stick out if you're looking straight down. And it's just going to be a rinse and repeat. Same process. We got these clamps down here holding this bad boy on. We're going to mark 10 holes kind of evenly spaced with the marker and then drill and start mounting this thing up. We clipped it up with those clips we used on the front. Got it right where we wanted to. It kind of lines up with the edge of the skirt itself. Can you see this? This edge right here. That's the edge of the skirt, and this is the edge of the... So it kind of lines up, and we just did 10 evenly spaced ones all the way down.
Definitely use bolts over glue and self-tappers.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer this method over the self... Where's my hand at? This method over the self-tappers and the glue, just because this is now easier to remove without like separating the paint. But it's on there nice and firm, you know? This ain't going anywhere. And it looks super cool. It's just, again, it's just subtle. I like the texture black look. It's almost like an R-line option kind of feel. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
It's like Mark 6 GLI sides. Like it's the same texture.
Yeah, it's like similar to like the Mark 5, Mark 6
like
stuff.
OEM texture. Like my front grille stuff on the Mark 6 was like that same texture.
See if you guys can see this. Just gonna do the R side. It's gonna be the same situation, so I'm not really gonna film it. We got both side skirt extensions on now. I just wanted to like take a moment to stop and say like if there's any questions popping up in your mind as we're doing this. I know it was really hard to show the side skirts just because it's so low to the ground. It's hard for me to get the camera underneath there. But if there's any questions that you guys have, just post in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them. How you really align it is kind of up to you. I mean, the beauty of it is that it lines up with the inside of the OEM side skirt. So we just sort of clamped it in and stood back and were like, yeah, we think that's good, and just made the other side match. So
you can't really screw it up though.
Yeah,
it's molded to fit with the side skirts. It's kind of hard for you to like screw it up.
Yeah,
it's pretty self-explanatory where it goes. And you can do little tweaks on your own if you'd like.
It's like solidly firm on there, so. I'm really stoked with how the side skirt extensions came out. It's definitely worth it. And now we're gonna start doing the back. Just marked 8 holes. Kind of just did it by eye. Sort of what I thought was even. Sort of my technique with this is I'll drill 1 hole at each end and then put a screw in there to pin it in place. That way when I drill all the center ones, I know that this isn't going to shift on me. So
clamps.
Yeah, well, even these clamps though, if you just drilled all these, I still feel like by the time you got to the end, it's going to be moved. So
no, but clamps to hold it in place to start with helps out.
Yep. So I got 8 holes. It came with 8 screws for the centerpiece alone, so I just use them all. Just did 1 on each end. I'm going to cinch it up, and then I'll drill the rest of the holes and put the rest of the bolts in. But As you guys can see, this process is not very complicated. This one I just sort of clamped in place just so I can line them up, get a feel for how I want it. All right, on to the sides. Got a little clamp gang going on here. It comes with 8. I'm gonna do 4 in each. So I'll just be like, meh, 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 meh. And then you're gonna do the same thing for the other side.
Air on these pheasants.
Air out these pheasants, bro.
Looks goofy like an inch off the ground.
Cause my tires, Brett.
Because you got that meat.
Got them meats.
Meat man.
Got them meatsas.
Yes.
Dude.
Looks good. Yeah. And still be kind of stancy.
Stancy. With that meatsa.
Yeah.
Woo! Boy! Look at that! Oh. Just looks so much better. Yes.
I always thought ours are too bubbly, so
It,
it's definitely helped.
dude, it just looks good. It's exactly what I was hoping it would look for. I am not upset about this at all. That's the rear. Dude. I just love how there's like a highlight off the side skirt.
Yeah, from the lighting.
Yeah, from like the top of it, just like along the edge. So that was the install. Turned out to be as easy as expected. But exciting news, Maxton was kind enough to give me this rear spoiler extension thing to give out to you guys. Quick side note, it is really meant, I believe, according to the pictures on their site, to be run without the OEMR spoiler or the 20th spoiler.
So just a regular GTI, basically.
So just like a regular GTI. But we played around with it. Brian, grab the camera. We played around with it, and you could potentially run it. Essentially, it's just 3M tape, so install is ridiculously easy. But it just like, you just put it on like that, you know?
The visual of kind of how it could be. It's basically like a kickoff if you're running your R still.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, I think it's designed to just go on the hatch for a car without the spoiler. So just to be on the hatch, and I can't really show you that, but I'll put a link below in the description to the product on their website so you can see how it looks on a car without a wing. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited that Maxton's allowed us to do this and that I'm going to be able to give you guys something free. This is the first time this has happened on this channel. And I'm really hoping we can do more stuff like this in the future because I think it's just cool to be able to give people free parts. I'll just like get in contact. I'll like DM you on YouTube, or I'll comment, or reply to your comments, or I'll message you on Facebook. I'll find a way to get in touch with you, and then we'll go through taking, the next steps. I hope that's not all confusing. Again, I'll post all the rules in the description below, and I'm excited to do this first giveaway. So until next time, I will see you guys later.